Yo, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Zo Ordinary, aka Just Ordinary. Now in today's video, I want to talk about what I think will happen between Garp and Blackbeard. Finally, after many years, we get to see Garp go back into action. Ever since Marineford, we haven't seen Garp do anything. And we've gotten glimpses of what Garp has done in his past life. And like I said, I really cannot wait. And Oda, in 1071, he popped off. The chapter was jam-packed. There was a lot going on. There was Zoro and Kaku. There was Kid. There was Garp. There was everything. In a way, Garp, I see him as like Shanks. Because Shanks, Oda only has Shanks appear every now and then. Same way with Garp. Garp only appears even like once every couple hundred chapters, once every 100 or 200 chapters. It's very rare for us to see him. Now that Garp is on his way to Hachinoso Island with Helmeppo, what can we expect from this? Now first of all, I think we all know who Garp is. Garp is Vice Admiral. He should have been Admiral, but he didn't take up the position because he didn't like the Celestial Dragons. He's a quote-unquote hero of the Marines. He fought Roxy Zebek with Roger. He even fought against Roger. He's got a lot of accolades to his name. Man, even at Garp's old ass age, this guy still fought in Marineford, which at the time he was 76. 2 years later, we're in the time skip, 78, and he still wants to go after Blackbeard. First things first, I want to get this out of the way. Anyone who says that Garp doesn't have advanced Conqueror's Haki is a fraud. That is, even though it hasn't been confirmed, there is no way, unless there's some sort of other Haki, or for some reason, Garp has a Devil Fruit, there is no way he doesn't have advanced Conqueror's Haki. His name is literally Garp the Fist. Like, there's no way he doesn't have it. Like, this guy is probably a Haki man, I'm telling you. Now, do I think Garp is going to start fighting Blackbeard and arrive at Hachinoso Island next chapter? Nah, I think what Oda's going to do is he's going to leave this out until the end of Egghead Island and then show us what happened. Or he's not going to show us anything and he's going to wait till even later in the story to explain everything. Sort of like what happened between Sabo and the Revolutionary Army versus Fujitora and Green Bull. Yo, I'm praying Oda doesn't do that. I want to see this fight right away. I don't want to wait for this, but I wouldn't be surprised is what I'm trying to say. Now first things first, the most important question, is Blackbeard even gonna be on his home turf? In my opinion, I don't think Blackbeard is gonna be there when Garp shows up. Now let me explain why. In chapter 1063 and 1064, we see that Blackbeard and Law are fighting. Now we know Law, he's gonna go all out against Blackbeard. This is a Yonko he's dealing with. We even saw that by him pulling out his awakening right away. And I think the fight between Big Mom really showcased that Law was able to finally master his awakening. So I bet he can outlast much longer than he could against Big Mom. And even still, with Blackbeard's advantage against Devil Fruit users, it's Law we're dealing with. This guy has probably the most broken OP Devil Fruit in the series, and that's not even an over exaggeration. Even without Haki or anything, he was able to hurt Kaido. He was able to hurt Big Mom with just his Devil Fruit. So that's why I think the fight between him and Blackbeard is gonna last a while, and it's probably gonna end up being a high diff fight between the two. So at the end of the day, it really depends on the outcome of that fight, on whether or not Garp gets to see Blackbeard or not. But hold on one second, there's an exception. Now we have Van Augur. Van Augur is sort of the anomaly in this, because Van Augur has a Warp Fruit. We don't know the full extent of his Devil Fruit yet. He can maybe instantly teleport back to Hachinoso Island where the Blackbeard pirates are based. But other than that, I don't really see how Blackbeard's gonna beat Garp to his island unless the Winter Island, the one that Law and Blackbeard are on, is right next to Hachinoso Island. It might only be an island away, so it'll be easy for them to just travel between the two. But it is a bit far-fetched, so that's why I'm gonna say most likely that's not what's gonna happen and that Garp is gonna beat Blackbeard to the island. Now, when Garp lands on the island, all I'm saying is the island's in trouble. There's only two people that I think can take care of Garp, or at least hold him off until Blackbeard comes. Aokiji, Shiryu. Now I'm leaning more towards Aokiji, even though I do have Shiryu over Garp in my top 30. Garp, I still believe, has the higher attack power. If you were to get hit by Shiryu and you were to get hit by Garp, Garp would do more damage to you. The only reason why I have Garp lower is because I believe Garp has less durability and endurance than a lot of the newer generation characters. Now I'm not saying Shiryu is a part of the new generation, but these younger guys that are in their prime, so Blackbeard, Shiryu, Aokiji, even though they are technically 30, 40, 50, in One Piece, this is pretty much your prime when you're at your strongest. So in my opinion, Garp's attack power is on par with pretty much every single Yonko. I'm even saying his attack power is even considered as strong as Kaido's, maybe even Shanks. That's how high of a bar I'm setting for Garp. But we know that attack power isn't all that matters in One Piece, and there's a lot more to it. There's devil fruits, there's hacks, there's stuff like this where you could be the strongest in the verse in terms of attacking, but doesn't mean you're the strongest overall. Now what I think will happen is Garp and Aokiji will meet, and we know Aokiji, he was in the Marines and he has respect for Garp, and I think Garp has respect for him, but I feel like Garp is one of those characters where he will tell him get out of his way or he'll beat the shit out of you, and I think that's how it'll go down. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if Aokiji's gonna fight Garp. If anything, I could see Aokiji letting Garp take Kobe back. Now I'm not saying Garp is gonna walk into the island and just freely take Kobe. I'm saying he's gonna have to put up a fight, but then he's eventually going to run into Aokiji, and that's where it's sort of gonna be a standoff, and it's gonna come to a conclusion where Aokiji's like, it's not worth it, in my opinion, because I still see Aokiji as a good guy, but he's using the Blackbeard pirates for his benefit. But I would be lying if I sat here and told you guys I wouldn't want to see Aokiji versus Garp, because that would be sick. That would be crazy if we saw that, because Aokiji, he's one of the cleanest characters in the series, and now Garp, we're finally gonna get to see him in action against a top tier character, not some bum like Marco. I'm kidding. Marco isn't a bum, but yo, Aokiji's another level. That's pretty much how I see Garp getting Kobe back if Blackbeard isn't there. So what happens if Blackbeard is there? Now, I did explain how I did think Blackbeard wasn't going to be there. There is a chance that Blackbeard is going to be there because Oda also, sometimes he's a bit confusing with his timelines and he doesn't actually reveal the time that goes by and all of that until later on. So for all we know, when Garp is making the announcement that he's going to go after Blackbeard, Blackbeard might have already finished his fight with Law. And I don't think Blackbeard is going to capture Law because I feel like capturing Law is too much of a hassle for Blackbeard unless he takes his devil fruit and kills him off, which I highly doubt because I don't think Oda would kill off Law that fast and like that, like spontaneously. Like there's no really any build up to him being killed to Blackbeard like that. So how I see it is that Blackbeard is on the island waiting for Garp, or he gets word that Garp is on his way, because let's be honest, Blackbeard's probably got spies in the Marines, or for let's say for argument's sake he doesn't know that Garp is on his way. I just see Garp pulling up, Blackbeard sensing it, Shiryu sensing it, Aokiji sensing it, all his top commanders getting ready to fight, and I can see just an all-out war with just Garp himself. Like no lie, I could see Garp going toe-to-toe with all of the commanders. And I know that's crazy, that's far-fetched, because I just said his durability and endurance isn't there. That's the thing. His endurance and durability isn't going to be able to last as long as what he was once able to do. And it might end up him becoming easy pickings for Blackbeard. But let's be honest, he's going to take some commanders with him. He's going to take Vasco Shot with him. He's going to take Burgess with him. But Garp is going to start an actual war on the island. But I think at the end of the day, Kobe does get out alive. Whether or not with Garp is up for debate, but I think Kobe gets away. We might have a situation where Garp sacrifices himself for the sake of Kobe and Helmeppo and his crew, pretty much the people he brought up and taught. He was pretty much their mentor. We might even get a Jiraiya situation, and that could be a way to get Luffy furious. Like we can see Luffy go mental because Garp was killed by Blackbeard, and that's how Oda sets up the final battle between Blackbeard and Luffy. But what if we don't get that? What if instead we get a 1v1 between Garp and Blackbeard? I really want to say Garp wins, and I know I put Blackbeard even in the top 5, but man, it's hard to say because like I've said a couple times now, Garp doesn't have the durability and endurance that he did when he was younger, so it might be easy pickings for Blackbeard. All it takes is one good hit on Garp and I think it would be over, or the fight wouldn't last much longer. I see Garp more as a glass cannon. We might even see Garp give Blackbeard permanent damage to his body, injuries. I wouldn't go as far to say his limbs, but who knows, it's Garp, man. But at the end of the day, no matter what happens to Garp, I think Kobe does get out and he shares to the world what Garp had done. But even still, I'm not sitting here saying that Garp's gonna die because I really doubt that. It's too early. I think we need one more interaction with Garp and Luffy, and I think we really need an interaction between Dragon and Garp, and even Luffy in there as well. But it's hard to say what Oda has planned for him, and I really can't wait. We're in the part of the series where so much is happening at the same time, and you can't really even predict it, because Oda, the stuff he's been pulling lately, nobody's been predicting. But let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think will happen to Garp and what you think will happen to Blackbeard and even Kobe. Let me know, because maybe you think Kobe's not gonna get out and he's gonna stay captured with Blackbeard. But just let me know in the comments, and peace out, guys.